Hello, everybody. Melissa here, and I am here with my April art chat. I don't know why that just sounded really funny, but it did. Art chats are where I review all the art that I made during the month. And so let's chat April, shall we? It is currently May the 2nd, so there we go, not too far behind. On April the 1st, I started this little sketchbook. It's a Jackson's A6 size. I think it was like 70 cents from the Jackson's website, and incredible deal. So I decided that I'm always going to have fresh flowers in my life, even though I don't currently have any in the house right now. But I really like the idea of having them handy just to paint or draw. And so that's what I started doing. Let me show you the magnificence of this Shinhan Pass Pink. And just having a lot of fun with flowers. On April the 2nd, we had a art hang party. If you don't know, art hang party is a weekly live hour-ish long art making session full of fast-paced drawing and a lot of fun that happens every Thursday here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on my channel. You're welcome to join us. And the first Thursday of every month, we travel somewhere in the world with an art hang party friend. And on this particular Thursday, did I say Saturday? Thursday, we went to Chicago with Michelle Humphreys. Humphreys. Michelle, I want to add an S on your name, but I don't know that there actually is one. There might be. I use the Ugly Book for these sessions, and I think it's really fun just to play with black acrylic paint markers and sometimes a finer pen, but just to like focus on shapes and line in these drawings, which is really fun. It is an Ugly Book, and I was gifted this one from my art friend Sarah along with another one, but I did also just receive a mystery pack of sketchbooks that you'll see in a vlog that I'm about to finish editing and posting, so stay tuned for that. And I do actually have an affiliate code that will get you 10% off an Ugly Book order if you would like to try them out. So no pressure, but the link is in the description should you want to partake. These sketchbooks are great. They have different colored paper in them, and they have some with different binding styles. Anyway, not sponsored, but if you would like a discount, you are welcome. You're welcome to it. On the 3rd, I did some more flowers. Just really fun to like play again, because I feel like I've been so in my Tokyo sketchbook, which I just actually also posted a sketchbook tour of, so you can check that out. And I think a lot of the days from now until mid-month probably were filled with finishing up that. So let me come back here to more flowers. Yeah, I've been playing with different materials in here. This was highlighters or mild liners and woodies. And then gouache. Did I miss one? Yeah. Ink. Gouache. I'll just show you. Let's just finish up the flowers. It doesn't always have to be chronological. Then I bought myself a new vase to put the flowers in. That was really pretty. Now I just need to buy more flowers. Lovely. This sketchbook is really fun to like not be precious about. Quite enjoy it. On the 8th, I received this lovely leather notebook cover from our friend Reb, made by Reb. I do have an unboxing and setting up of this. I have a dual colored pencil stuck in here, which is very fun. I haven't actually, well, I have used it a little bit. This is a embroidery journal that I started or planning, but I haven't done any embroidery in a while. But this is a stone paper sketchbook. This is a watercolor sketchbook that is handmade by Sketches and Scrubs. I feel like this will live in here for a little while, and I'll see if I actually take this out for some plein air time. But really nice paper in there. Yeah. And then this book I've actually been using as a reading journal. I made myself a little stamp. And then I decided that I wasn't going to use a stamp and I was going to draw out the book covers. These are all audiobooks that I listen to, and I'm on a huge Sophie Kinsella kick right now. So feel free to pause and, read my little synopses if you would like. But I do have another one to add here. I just finished listening to Confessions of a Shopaholic. Man, Sophie Kinsella is just comfort listens, and it's good. I did put my little stamp on here with my gold ink, and it is actually staying quite nicely. So rather enjoy that. But that is a lovely little thing. Go check Reb out because she's amazing. The 9th was another art hang party, and we went crazy for Swayze. That again is the Shanahan Pass Pink, and I used Daniel Smith's Moonglow for Patrick. And just a really lovely session to just have time to, sounds weird, study his body, capture his ballet poses. He was a trained ballet dancer, I think before he got into acting, and I'm sure you know what movie that's from. And there's the man, sort of. I think it looks more like him than I thought it did at the time, although not perfect. And this is a Light Wish watercolor sketchbook that they sent me with some oil pastels once upon a time. On the 12th, I made this, which is currently hanging on my wall. It was just really fun to be really playful with something. I did see a video, I'll link it below. I forget her name, but she did very similar. Definitely the main inspiration for where this idea came from. But she did it sewing. So she sewed her flowers and then she quilted her vase and the backdrop, and then as like a wall hanging. And it's amazing. It's really cool. I highly suggest that you go check it out and find your own interpretation of it, because I really enjoyed the process of making this. And it looks really cool hanging up on the wall. I put it in a frame and I took the plexiglass out of it so that I can like move the flowers around and stuff, and that you still see the shadow effect. Yeah, just really, really fun. On the 14th, I had a fun delivery. New stickers. So I got 2 Art Hang Party stickers. So this is classic Art Hang Party. And this is like a really super soft pink. And I would call it ultramarine blue. And then my slogan that goes, not my slogan, but the slogan that goes through my head every time I draw something is shape, shape, color, which comes from Charlotte Hamilton, aka Blue Shine Art. So that's just a fun little sticker. And then of course, if you've been to Art Hang Party, you know Art Hang Party would not be Art Hang Party without a little slight panic. And this sticker was designed by our friend Kate Maber, who goes by Hey Hey Ginger Art over on Instagram. So she let me use this design that she made for our Discord server as like an emote over there. And I did compensate her for this and also sent her a bunch of stickers. And then, of course, Simon, because everybody needs a little Simon in their life. So these stickers are available over my shop if you're interested. They came to me on April 14th, which is why I'm telling you about them. And yeah, just super fun to have some stickers. On the 16th was a free draw frenzy session where we drew still lifes, and we had people send us in photos of their still lifes, which was really cool. Is that in here? No. This is an art hang party. Sorry, I'm ahead of myself. Another art hang party on the 16th, and our theme was bicycles. And we saw 42 bicycles, because 42 is a very good number. The meaning of life and everything. Yeah, so I forget, we had maybe 2 or 3 minutes per bike. I don't know how many bikes are there. I don't ever want to draw a bike again. This is a bike that we drew from memory at the end of the session. But shout out to Comma, aka Weird is the Best, for always giving us the good theme ideas, the challenging theme ideas. And this sketchbook is now complete with that last bike from memory. I have recorded the sketchbook tour of it, but I haven't edited it yet. So stay tuned. It's a good one. It's actually, while I have this out, oh man, can I find it quickly? Okay, here, during our Olympic session, from August 15th, 2024, the first instance of shape color. I'm pretty sure I was asking Shar, how to capture this swimming photo here because it's like just a giant mess, and she said shape color, and that is where that comes from. So I think that's pretty cool that I found that in my sketchbook. And it was so long ago, my goodness. Okay. On the 17th, I went on an art date with Melly and Steph, and we met at the art store, so of course I had to buy some art supplies. And I picked up this set of Faber-Castell water-soluble markers, the Gold Faber Aqua Dual markers. And this was a set, and it was the Bloom Where You Are Planted set. And the colors are just so springy and lovely, and like, can you see? I don't know why it's being weird. Yeah, really lovely. I've really had a lot of fun playing with these. Yeah, just a lovely little palette. And then we went for dinner, and then we went to the Art Gallery of Ontario. That's probably a little hot light. And did some drawing in the art gallery. There's the markers, and then so I brought some pencils, or that double-ended red-blue pencil, and then I just ended up using my new markers. And we have a picture of us doing the master study of this Lucid Violence by Claude Toussaint. The most, it's simple in terms of like it's a black circle on a gigantic canvas, but it's cute that we all drew that one together. So that was a nice little fun art date. If you are local, we are going to have another art date on, that was just like small and spontaneous. We are having another art date here locally in Toronto. We're going to meet up at Kensington Market on May 15th. So that's a Friday, and we're going to meet in the evening, probably around 5 o'clock or so. So I'm going to send out information if I know that you are local and in our little group chat. I will include you. I will send you the details of that once we firm down where we're going to meet and everything. And if you would like to be included in that, if you are local or if you are going to be in town on that date, you can let me know, and I will add you to our Instagram group chat. Yes. So on the 18th of April was Free Draw Frenzy. So this was the Free Draw Frenzy session. I used those new markers. See how fun they are? And we drew still lifes that people sent in for the session. It was very fun. I do have a replay of this up on my channel, as does Debbie Draws Funny, who is my lovely co-host for these sessions. So these sessions happen on Zoom, which is nice because then we get to like see your face and talk with you and have lots of giggles. Yeah, really enjoyable time. On the 21st, I drew our dinner, which was chicken katsu curry with rice and spinach, which is very reminiscent of what was our favorite meal in Japan this time when we went. Curry from Coco's Curry House. So Nike.com is taking away the ability to order custom shoes in Canada, like boohoo. But I did order a pair. These are them, Nike Hirachis. Very fun colors, but they are a size too small. So unfortunately, I had to return them, but I wanted to capture them in my sketchbook because they were sitting out on the table and they just looked really cool. And I drew this all in a single line and colored it in, which is why it looks really wonky. But I did reorder these shoes in proper size because I was able to get a refund. So yeah, this... So I have signed back up to Sophie McPike's Patreon. I took a couple months off, or maybe even a little bit more than a couple months off, but I started watching her Scribble Brigade session, Flower Power Hour. She pre-records them now, and they're more like workshops than a live stream like Scribble Brigade used to be. So a little bit different, but still really interesting. And like she puts a heck of a lot of work into these things. So this was me following along. I haven't finished the session yet. And then one morning before work, I was watching a video from Helen C. Stark, who I have a free month of her Patreon, not her Patreon, her Substack. And she was showing a video of packing supplies to go out on location was what the theme was. And she was like showing watercolors and things. And it popped into my head like, oh, I have this watercolor palette. This is the Roman Schmal little guy. And it was like unfinished. These are Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. So I cut my sticks up into pieces. I have them in here as the palette. I have them as half pans in another palette. And then I have like half the stick just as half the stick. So a little bit of Daniel Smith watercolor sticks goes a long way. During my planning for what supplies I was going to take to Tokyo this year, Litza, shout out Litza for your genius idea, said because I had the pans going horizontally in here and it was like, there's still like a lot of space, but she said, if you turn the pans vertically, you'll be able to fit 15 pans in here. So like that's a whole lot of watercolor in this tiny little palette. And I finally decided to figure out what colors I want in here. So I have Daniel Smith on this side and then I have Holbein on this side, and this is what the palette looks like, and I've used it a little bit and it's quite lovely. So I can't wait for it to stop being freaking 2 degrees Celsius outside, so that we can go and sit in the park and have a lovely plein air time. Sorry, I'm so over this cold weather. Another art hang party. Our theme for this one was Bridgerton. And it was lovely. I used Cretacolor Mega Color pencils for this, which I haven't used in a very long time. Yeah, so I think we had 8 minutes. 8 minutes for each of those, which was lovely. On the 25th, speaking of Helen C. Stark and her Substack, I watched a replay of a video of a Zoom session, a drawing session, where she was co-hosting with Raj Kaur, and they were doing lessons from David Hockney. So they started this session pointing out some of the things that they like about his artwork, especially with regards to his landscapes. And then we saw some references that they had gathered from like their walks about their towns and things, and we were encouraged to paint thinking about the things that they had pointed out. So these are the 2 that I did. And then I kept the session going while I was working. I think I was catching up on some self-portraits or something. But it was really lovely. So Raj has a YouTube channel here, along with a really, really lovely Substack. One of my favorites, if I'm honest. Even just her free version. Highly recommend that you sign up for that. And go back and check out some of her earlier posts where she talks about like the illustration related things, like incredibly informative and so much information there. And I'm also really enjoying Helen's Substack and the behind the paywall side of it. And I might consider actually keeping it going once my free month is up. But Helen might have a 7-day free trial still going, so check her out too. Anyway, lovely, lovely. And they both have really lovely British accents. On the 27th, I did this mess of a page, and I did this by looking at Monet's garden online. So there's a website, I'll link it below, that you can actually do a live 360-degree tour of his house and gardens. Really very, very incredible. My plan was to do little vignettes, but then my hand could not deal with the pencil scribbles, so I just kind of filled up the big page there. And then on the 30th was art hang party, and we did a build a birthday scene, which was a heck of a lot of fun. So with the build a scenes, we start with one reference photo, and then another reference photo, and then another reference photo, and so on until we fill up our page with all of the references. And you can pick and choose which ones you want to do if you want to skip any, but I highly encourage everyone to do them all and to fit it in, and it gets all weird and wonky and stuff, and perspective gets warped, and people are bigger than other people in front, and it's just really fun to kind of piece it all together. I love the build a scene sessions, and this birthday party was quite enjoyable. I used Inktense pencils, which again I haven't used for a very long time. I do have an art supply tracker. It's not fully up to date for April, but I can show you. I can show you what it looks like, and it may be better if I pull it up. Yeah, okay. Let me do a screen recording so that I can actually show you what I am talking about as I'm talking about it. So I have this art supply tracker that you can download for free in my coffee shop. I'll link it below. It includes instructions, details on how to set it up. You can customize your art supplies and your subjects and your colors and what you use them in and your location. You can customize everything on this setup page. And then if you go to the daily usage log, this is where you can log everything. So you put in the date, you select your category, you select your art supply, you select your subject, you select your colors and where you used it, and so on and so on. And then you do that for every day, even though I'm only up to the 26th, but I will get up to date. And then over here on the dashboard, you can select your dates. So let me do the 1st to the 26th. And then you can see these cute little categories. You can see I used paint 19 times, markers 17 times, pens 8 times. And then the specific art supplies. So I used those new Faber-Castell markers 11 times. So that was the winner this month. And then watercolor, acrylic markers, Pentel sign pens, and so on and so on. You get a nice little chart there. What sketchbook I use them in. So my Hobonichi Techo 5 years, my self-portrait sketchbook. So that's always going to be at the top because I do that every day. And then the Jackson's A6, which I did the flowers in. And then, so on and so on. The Talon's Art Creation 5x8. I haven't actually used that in a long time, but I did use it quite a bit this month. Again, self-portraits are always going to be top of my list because I do them every day. And then flowers, travel. So that was me finishing up my Tokyo sketchbook. Master studies, people swatching, and so on. And then colors. I used blue and pink equally this month, followed by green and then yellow and then black and so on and so on. And then the location, obviously I do majority of my artwork at home, but I also like to say when I do art hang party versus drawing sessions, free draw frenzy, and then I actually was out and about once, and that was the art date. So I think it's really fun. It's been really fun to track my art supplies like real time, and I include these in my Substack newsletter that I put out every Sunday. But this is going to be really helpful for my end of the year art supply review video because it's going to be all done for me and I'm not going to have to go back and look through everything from the beginning of the year and make calculations and stuff because it's already going to be done. So if you would like to track your art supply usage, that tracker is available for you in my coffee shop as a free download. I mean, you can pay for it if you want to. The option is there, but it is there for free. So I hope that you download it. Now I'm going to do a quick flip through of my self-portraits for April, and then I'm going to go. Where is the beginning of April? Simon's making old man noises. Okay, I'm going to leave this down here because that light is bright, but I need it bright so that you can see what is happening. Daniel Smith Moonglow. Yeah, we went to a baseball game. Did those last two with you in my last vlog. Art date. I found a general admission ticket to the AGO on the ground, so I picked it up so I could put it in my journal. But I ended up putting it in here. This is a this is a sticker from Teresa. This is a Teresa from Sticker. Teresa Barroso. Check her out. That's from her snail mail club. Oh yeah, this is, I got my little traveler's card size notebook. I should do a quick, I'll do a quick flip through on how I've made some changes. This is also from Teresa. Little rainbow pencil. These ones were actually really fun. So I have this book. I'm sure you've maybe seen it pop up on YouTube. People use it for like picking outfits. I was gonna say uniforms. Outfits, like to create outfits from the colors and stuff. So I asked Ray to pick just like a random color palette in here, and he did. And then I found art supplies that most closely matched those colors. So this one was color pencil. And then on my, I don't have a blank one here, but on the back of these cards, do I have one in here? No. Oh, I have one in here. Okay. So on the back of these cards that come with the washi tape or sticker orders, there are some prompts. So then I got him to just blindly pick some prompts. And so I was combining the color palette with the prompt to do my self-portrait. And he picked blind contour. So then I just layered the colors and it was quite fun. And then I did another one of those, so a different color palette, and he picked markers, so very nice. And then we went to another baseball game, and then I just did this one today, which is a blind contour single line, and then I just colored in some of the pieces. So those are my self-portraits for the month. And then let me show you just a quick update. I won't go on too much about this, but this is the card size notebook from Traveler's Factory. It's the 20th anniversary. And I did switch the strap here, the elastic, to black for a while, but then I found this charm hanging on our key hook that I would have got in Japan, probably on our 2019 trip, like on my first time there. So I thought that's really cute to have on there. And then because that had the red on it, I felt good about having the red back on here. And I generally keep this M charm, which is just from a really old necklace from Urban Outfitters that turns my neck itchy. I put that on there, just a cute little thing. And so I've been using it as my wallet, which has been great. I have my license and my renewal card because my birthday's coming up and that was the year of renewal. So my license and health card, and then some payment cards in there. And then I have the 20th anniversary travelers. Anyway, the little notebook that comes with it. It comes with 5. So this is one of them. And then I just did a couple little drawings. And then using it as like a bit of a to-do list when I'm at work and stuff, so that if I have something pop into my head about what to pick up, just used it instead of using my phone and the reminders app. And then just some notes for a live event that I am starting to think about for the summertime. The little folio here, I have some of these art hang party cards, just in case I meet somebody. I should add a couple more in there. I have like 500 of them, or maybe more. So yeah, I can put more in, but I don't need to add too many. And then in the back, I have some little business cards with my website on it. Oh, I have another one of those. And then 20. And then I remembered that Ray had this tiny pen that he keeps in his travel kit, and it's a zebra something. I'll put the name below. But yeah, it's just a tiny little ballpoint pen, like so tiny. It's really kind of hard to hold. It's so tiny and like very, very slim. But it's just like a nice little ballpoint pen, very well made. Yeah, it's a zebra something, but it just fits so perfectly in here. Like I can't even feel that it's in here when it's in here. Like it's on a little bit of a diagonal, like just that much of a diagonal. And it really adds like no bulk to it at all, no bulk or weight. And it's perfect in here. So this has been my wallet. It's been working really well, even though, I basically just use my phone to tap. But I want to start getting away from that because it's too easy. So yeah, it's been working well. It's been about a week, and I really like it. It's getting a little bit of scratches on it, so we've learned to be okay with that. Yeah, well loved. And the charm is cute. So that was my month of April. It was a good one. And what's my favorite? I always pick a favorite. I think I'm going to go, it's very silly. Like it's nothing crazy, but I'm going to go with the art hang party, birthday party. Just because it was like a really fun session and my birthday is next week. And I just think, it was really nice to celebrate with everybody. If you have a favorite of anything that I showed you, I would love to know. If you have a favorite of anything that you got up to in April, I would for sure love to know. So please leave me a comment about it in the description. I mean, leave me a comment below in the comment section. I'm going to stop talking now, and I will see you very soon. I'm currently editing a vlog that I expect to be out after this, but not very much after, so stay tuned for that. And I have that sketchbook tour of the Big Boy sketchbook, and I have another video, but that is irrelevant. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me as per usual. And yeah, if you like this kind of thing where I just am way too chatty and sharing my art, subscribe because I do it a lot. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.